Welcome to the Goblindos Educational Hour with your host, Cedric.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I come bearing interesting little tales, snippets, and pieces of history you probably maybe haven't heard about. A couple of these are a little commonplace, but there is one that I know for sure you probably haven't heard of. And, fortunate for the rest of you, that's going to be the one we're starting off with. So, I'm joined with Alex and Presley.
Howdy diddly.
Hello.
Now, Alex, Presley, I know very surface level information about all of these subjects, rather. But if you have any questions, do not fret to ask. That being said, the date was May 10th, 1849.
Write that down, write that down!
Where this happened, this will be on the test. This happened in New York City, or rather Manhattan, I believe, and it's called the Astor Place Riot. So, a little bit of background. This was when theater was like your primary form of entertainment. It was a little bit better than the Shakespeare age, where they were essentially bums going around until they got their own little theater. The World, I believe it was, or the Globe, rather. My bad.
Is this what led to modern day theater kids?
Actually, this is a shining example of the amount of neuroticism and psychosis in theater kids, and probably what I would say is like the earliest event to my knowledge that displays fandom warfare, unless you want to count like religious disputes as that. But that being said, the two men in question were Edwin Forrest and William Macready. These two gentlemen were actors, and I believe Edwin Forrest was the better known of the two, but that's not to say they weren't notable, right? The main issue here was that they were touring a show of Macbeth by Shakespeare, and among the crowd, there was talk of which one did a better job as, I believe, Macbeth, the lead. Edwin Forrest had a more like wild and upfront, very boisterous and loud performance, while William Macready was more reserved, polite, and kingly. And to be fair, both are fine interpretations of him. You can have whatever idea you want about how well it suits the character. But people in the crowd were just fucking at each other's throats over this.
So to be clear, these people were like both playing the role of Macbeth?
Yes, not at the same time.
So they were like
separate
shows,
performances, but these people were the leads. It was an separate performances.
Were they competing against each other?
Not even. No. I mean, I'm sure they did to some degree, just because they're competitors for a similar role in a similar practice. But if there was anything between them, it's not really documented.
Oh, I thought one of them was gonna murder one of them.
I hope we didn't accidentally spoil it. Oh no, did we?
Funny you should mention
Presley
that.
Just spoil it?
Not quite. Okay.
I didn't mean to.
I'll just get to the point. On May 10th, 1849, this disagreement over the two people that were acting got so intense that they had a riot outside of the Astor Place where I believe it was being held. I could be wrong about that. But I want you two to guess what the casualties and people injured were for this.
Oh my god.
Like how many?
This was in New York, you said?
Yes.
Oh god, this could be any amount. This could be like 5 people, or this could be like 500 people.
Oh.
Like
It could be 10,000. I don't think
it's more. It's far more than it should have been.
Far more than it should have been. I want to say that there were like
3,000.
Jeez. All right, we'll keep in mind. Keep in mind, these were people that were presently attending the performance.
I want to say that there was like 100 people injured, at least 100.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 150 then. I'm gonna lower mine because I feel like 3,000's a lot now.
Alex was a little bit closer. 120 people were injured because of this disagreement.
Oh wow.
And get this, 22 to 31 rioters died.
Oh.
Wait, repeat that number?
22 to 31 between that.
From 22 to 31, damn. That
over Shakespeare, over fucking
definitely...
Macbeth. Dude, oh my god, that beats the Travis Scott concert. I don't know if that's true or not, actually. But,
unfortunate event. Alright, continue your story.
It gets a little bit crazier as this riot was getting so... I couldn't find an exact number for the amount of people that were actually participating in the riot, but it seems to be that the National Guard got called, as it was a serious enough issue. I believe commanders. It says Police Commissioner George W. Mastell, Brigadier General Charles W. Sanford, Mayor Caleb Smith Woodhull, and Captain Isaiah Rinders, I believe. They had 350 militiamen, 100 policemen, C-10,000, I'm not really sure what that means. I'm on the wiki article. 141 militiamen injured, 70 policemen injured, 22 to 23 killed, 48.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So this is
Theater
like
kids are
that...
something else, man.
So this would be what happened if Twilight was a theater production and people were Team Jacob versus Team Edward. Luckily this happened probably online.
I kind of find it a little bit good and bad that the internet exists, because now we got people that'll foster this behavior more, but at the same time, they'll take out that aggression more online than in person.
Yeah, you'll have an angry Twitter thread instead of people beating each other on the streets of New York because of a disagreement about plays.
I mean, that happens anyway.
Well,
yeah.
that's New York.
That's New York for you people.
That's New York, baby.
Hey, this is how we do it.
Show business, baby.
A
Blood,
normal,
sweat, a lot of
everyday-
blood, tears, the works.
A normal day in New
Also,
York.
did you know that actually Shakespeare and his roaming band of people got a lot of citations for vagrancy because theater people were not looked well upon, since they were essentially just playing pretend and made up stories.
Yeah, this was a time
Essentially-
society was a lot more crappy, so there was a lot less room for people to be devoted to the arts, I guess.
I would say not quite. It hasn't always been that way. The Greeks really liked it. The Romans kind of dug it, but they just kind of made, dick jokes most of the time. I don't remember exactly when. It might have been the Dark Ages, but they actually used it to express to the illiterate stories of the Bible. And they would have, during Christmas, a bunch of stands set up where people would enact certain books and whatnot, and a lot of stuff was set in place. But once, Shakespeare came around, it was, the Black Plague, and they were just kind of seen as loafing around for the most part, kind of bumming, and people are like, bro, go make yourself useful, people are fucking dying. People didn't really care for it at the time. Not to say that Shakespeare's work wasn't good, it's just that there wasn't really a market for it, and the people that did want to watch, had to, take up the street to do it.
So you're
And
telling
everyone
me
was just kind
that...
of can you leave? Fuck out of here.
So you're telling me that Shakespeare was a victim of capitalism?
I wouldn't say
He
that.
had no
I think he couldn't do it without taking up the street. It's like when you're walking behind a group of people in a hallway and they're all chummy and friends and they're making a meat wall that people can't really go
Meat
through.
wall?
I mean, that's what it is. It's like a blockade of people, except a lot less gruesome. Really annoying.
And that thus concludes this hour of history with the Goblindos. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe.